Which comes first? Do you get like a script that just says this matches to a client, or does it start with the client saying this is who we are?
Ideally, it starts with a brief from a client. We like to take things out into the world that we think are really relevant from a cultural context. So, um, things like global warming or women in the workplace. I mean, they're really big topics right now, and if a brand has a place within that idea, then that's awesome. I mean, that's our favorite types of programs to work on, ones that feel like they really benefit everybody because there's a conversation to be had. But we really like to work from a brand's perspective and a brand's needs. But again, it should always be relevant for the audience. So if a brand selling dog food wants to talk about dogs loving flavor, I mean, there's maybe a small audience for that, but it should really be about the quality of life improved by having a pet, and really what the customer is interested in listening to or engaging with and sharing.
So there must be national initiatives and global initiatives, since a lot of what's on the internet is global. How does that work?
Yeah, we work with, obviously being at a big agency like Ogilvy, we have a lot of global clients, and clients work with Ogilvy because of our international network of teams that can really adopt brand guidelines and execute based on different regional needs. So there'll be different regional brand initiatives for specific brands, but then there'll be global kind of master brand initiatives that really try to build up that really simple, big insight that every region can then adopt what's right for their audiences.
Can you give me an example of a successful campaign?
Sure. So about 4.5 years ago, we launched the Horizons Project with BBC World News and DuPont, and it was based on DuPont's new positioning. It's really deeply rooted in their history, being a 200-year-old company. They were always focused on science and really around food, energy, and protecting people and the environment. So we went to the BBC with an idea for a TV show really talking about, in 2011, our population hit 7 billion. And it was a big time to think about, what does that mean for our planet of limited resources and, global warming. So this show has been on air for about 4 years. It reaches a global audience, and DuPont had a priority of, certain geographies. And with the success of that show, we then took on a second program, a separate and unrelated program specific to the country of India, where they have a specific market need, and we created a TV show based on the idea of shunya, which means zero, and shunya, the idea of zero, was concepted in India. So the idea is zero impact on our planet, zero harm to people, zero emissions, zero waste, and et cetera, et cetera. So we have a TV show on air that's more of a documentary style like the Horizons Project, and then we also have a game show where we have students compete in the quest and the challenge for zero.
What were the research results of that?
So with Horizons, because it aired worldwide on BBC, we have kind of our traditional TV ratings, but we also worked to measure business decision makers and executives that we were interested in targeting on their perception of the brand once they've watched the series. So the series is editorially owned by BBC because it is a news outlet, and we own the 2 minutes of media time where we air a DuPont short film that's documentary style. It's about food, energy, protection all over the world. Really, really compelling stories. So these surveys, we did a pre-benchmark and obviously, post, but a couple times throughout the last 4 years of it airing on the BBC to demonstrate, what the impact of the brand lift and shift has been.